audios. All these models, they mimic human-like intelligence, right? The same way a human being can be able to create an email is the same way the generative AI can be able to do. The same way an individual can be able to create audio and videos, that's the same way generative AI can be able to do. So this one we are more familiar with, and I think that's the stage at which most of us are in. We use generative AI. DeepSeek, we use ChatGPT, just to mention a few. So what are the beauty of artificial intelligence? I think we should start seeing artificial intelligence as our personal assistants. I think I've actually been seeing a lot of people, especially users of ChatGPT, using it actually as their teacher, asking questions in etc. But the best way at which we can be able to utilize this tool is to use it as our personal assistant, or maybe as an attaché. Normally, what we usually do with our attaché, they help us to at least show the sum of our repetitive tasks. So that's the beauty of artificial intelligence. You can be able to use it to show the sum of your repetitive tasks. It's the beauty of it as well. We've talked about email generation, right? It can help. Imagine you've got a lot of emails that you need to generate. It can be able to help you to generate those emails to specific people that you need to then send. Content creation, for example, catchy caption. I've actually been seeing on LinkedIn a lot of captions that a lot of people do. It's like, this is a very awesome caption. In most cases, it's actually artificial intelligence that would have actually come up with that caption. You just need a prompt, a very good prompt, and you can be able to come up with a very unique caption. Assignment for students. Of course, I know some there we are then abusing artificial intelligence in terms of writing our assignments and etc. But it can be able to, you can be able to utilize it as well in a manner that can help you even to come up with your assignment. Thought process organization. You know, some of us sometimes we've got a lot of things in our mind, right? We don't even know how to break it down. But with artificial intelligence, it can be able to break down those pieces, right? And be able to come up with something that can actually make sense, or even something that can be able to guide you. So artificial intelligence now is also analyzing large number of documents. It can do that. It's analyzing large number of documents. But I think now getting into my topic, the disruptive impact of artificial intelligence. There is an interview by Dario Amodei, an Anthropic, the CEO of Anthropic AI, one of the biggest artificial intelligence company in the world. This is what he said actually in this interview, that AI would almost wipe close about 50% of all entry-level jobs. So we are talking about in the category of white-collar jobs. So we are talking about your finance, the finance sector. It's also going to be affected by the adoption of artificial intelligence. The law fraternity is also going to be affected. Consulting, accounting profession. No, this is no longer a fallacy. It's actually happening. We also have tools at Mary Techno Solutions that is already replacing accountants. You know, they can be able to automate almost majority of the tasks that an accountant can do. They're already doing that. Automatically, they can be able to automatically create financial statements. No need for accounts payables or etc. That system can do that seamlessly. The banking sector, we are also seeing that in the banking sector, there's now introduction of chatbots. Chatbots on their own, they are also disrupting the personal or the customer support personnel, right? Most banks, they no longer need customer support because the chatbot can be able to answer questions that a user or a client will be asking. So we are also seeing that that tool also disrupting jobs, especially in the banking sector. We talk about the law sector. Artificial intelligence is also disrupting the law sector, especially specifically the legal assistance, right? So we are talking about those that are on the entry level. So we talk about the main jobs that are usually or the main tasks that are usually done by legal assistants, right? Going through a large amount of data, or preparing a lot of paperwork, legal research, and etc. All of these, they are actually being done by artificial intelligence. It's already processing a lot of data, even giving insights. So that's another sector that is actually being affected. Mid management, we're also seeing some trends in mid management being affected as well with artificial intelligence. So AI can perform most mid management basic tasks, which includes information processing, information dissemination between organizational levels, performance monitoring, and task supervision. This normally is done by mid management. Now AI can do all this with better speed, efficiency, and consistency. You also jump into the administrative work. It's also being affected. So now AI is capable, I've mentioned about that, AI is now capable of creating emails seamlessly. Marketing materials now are now being created by AI. If you go to platforms like Freepik, you'll be able to create marketing materials. Also, the data science as well, they're also being affected by artificial intelligence. And so we can say that also data science, they're at stake of extinction with the introduction of artificial intelligence. Whereas in most cases the role is being replaced. Now AI can make insights, change data into insightful information. There's also an article that is going around from Google. They are saying that in the next 5 years, they will be replacing close to about 50% of their data scientists. So that's also another side that's actually being affected. So the job apocalypse that is being caused by artificial intelligence. If AI is going to cause close to about 50% disruption in the jobs in the next 5 years, I think this could alarm even our government, which might relatively affect our vision, especially here in Zimbabwe, our vision as a nation of becoming a prosperous upper middle income nation by the year 2030. Zim states that we have got close to about unemployment, 21%, 21.8% of unemployment. So now with this disruption that is coming of 50%, I wonder what kind of a percentage are we going to reach as a nation. So it's something that is very alarming, that we need to move at a very faster pace. So there's also two competing visions of artificial intelligence that I also wanted to present as well. I've talked about the disruption, but also there is two competing visions of artificial intelligence. Recently, I was invited by one of our top executive clients, and the agenda was clear. How can I be able to automate close to about 45% of my employment through automation? This was very, very alarming to us. So, in those two competing visions, we have what we call path automation. So, we were being invited to discuss about path automation, which focuses on AI replacing human beings completely. So, we're talking about human beings being replaced. You know, we then realized that there are a lot of ambitious CEOs out there. You know, someone who just come into the office, and the first thing that they will think is, how best can I be able to replace Mtandazo as the dentist. So how best can I be able to replace this person with an automation, right? And I think the only limitations that we have so far with path automation is actually on hardware. In most cases, this requires a lot of hardware, and I think even it also requires quite a lot of investment. And I think that's the most thing that is dropping, that is reducing the adoption of path automation, especially here in our sector, the SADC side, right? In some countries, they are already adopting path automation, whereby replacement of job is done, right? Then there's what we call augmentation. Augmentation, I think that's the level at which almost of us, we are, even organizations are. And this is human beings working together with artificial intelligence to improve productivity, efficiency. This is most readily accessible. It's actually accessible most to almost all of us. It has got many tools that are actually free. But I think for us to really achieve 100% or to achieve a positive result with augmentation, there's also need of upskilling and training. So those are the two competing visions of artificial intelligence: augmentation. Then we've got path automation. But I think where we are right now, as a nation or as companies, as individuals, is the augmentation. Which focuses on the humans and artificial intelligence just working together. So AI right adoption, it's no longer a fallacy, it's actually happening. It's not a fallacy. Yet Meditechnical Solutions, we are advocates of digital transformation. And we understand that artificial intelligence sits on digital frontiers. We cannot talk of artificial intelligence without talking about digital transformation. Hence, you will notice that in most all of our products that we have at Meditechnical Solutions, we have got elements of AI embedded in it, right? So we're not just talking, we're not here to scale. It's actually it's already happening. So if disruption is happening, it's no longer a fallacy us talking about AI. It's actually happening, and we've got some products that have already artificial intelligence. We have got one called Beetroot. We are a regional reseller of Beetroot. There's quite a number of artificial intelligence embedded in it. We talk of competition analysis. So this platform can be able to analyze competition. So imagine it can be able to analyze competition against those of your competitors. So it can be able to analyze pricing, can be able to analyze performance in the supermarket and retail. So Beetroot, it's a sales enablement platform. It cuts across your sales business process and can be used by FMCG, consumer durables. So we're talking about your sales personnel utilizing it. Because we also have got a CRM within it. And it can be able to help you from the product as you manufacture it up until to the consumer. So it can digitize almost all those processes, all those sales business processes. It also has got route optimization, where it can be able to create the artificial intelligence within it can be able to create route optimization, create products delivered based on market demand. So no need of just delivery for the sake of delivery. So the AI in this product are a lot. We cannot really finish them because of our time. Then we also have what O2, which has got artificial intelligence embedded in it. We cannot really discuss that because of our time as well. Then we also have got a server-to-server. That is what, which is a Zebra fiscalization solution. That has got artificial intelligence as well embedded in it. It can be able to read various invoices, mapping them and validating them through Zebra fiscalization database management system. And it can be able as well to check anomalies in an inventory. It separates it with if let's say maybe there's duplicates that have actually happened, it can be able to, it is with that intelligence to separate. So that's one of the technologies that we have. So what are the action points? So we've talked about the disruption that AI is actually causing so far. So what are the action points for individuals or users or maybe employees or those that are going to be affected by artificial intelligence? I believe it's your responsibility, or it's our responsibility, to embrace the new normal, or else you can become obsolete. Let's spend time developing new skills. That is very important. AI can make us irrelevant in split seconds, and this is the era at which is actually disrupting a lot of jobs. So in as much as AI comes with some job disruption, right? It can also come with numerous job opportunities. So we're not just talking about scaling each other here of the jobs that is about to take, but it's also coming with job opportunities that we're going to discuss as well. But you remember also, for example, the era of computers during the, I think around 19th century, many people lost their jobs. But during the same era, more jobs were created, like IT support and etc. So what are the new jobs that AI is creating? We talk about prompt engineering, we talk about synthetic data specialist, AI trainer and educators. Now there's need for us to have, there's now need for us to have people who can be able to train us on how to utilize AI tools. Even at many technical solutions, we have already started training quite a number of organizations on how they can be able to utilize artificial intelligence. What about action points for organizations? Organizations should be able to develop a strategic approach, assess AI readiness through evaluating the organizational current technological infrastructure, data availability, and employees' skill sets to at least identify areas where AI can be implemented effectively. Organizations should identify AI use cases as well. So I think maybe in conclusion, the time to embrace artificial intelligence is now. It's our responsibility as employees, as users of artificial intelligence, or risk becoming obsolete in the job market. Upskilling is very crucial to our survival. Then also to organization risk becoming out of business. They can risk becoming out of business due to failure of adoption. No, the challenges will change to resistant to change, right? But adopting the norm is I think the best at this moment. Companies that adopt earlier have got an asymmetric advantage as compared to those that adopt a bit late. So I think I raised my case with my presentation for today.
Thank you so much, Bilal. I think exciting things that you're presenting there. There's a whole spectrum of scenarios that you presented in the use cases for AI. Some left us excited, others leave us in fear, obviously. And I think that's the biggest question that most people have to say: is AI something to fear? So I'm just going to go through the chats here and see what questions are coming up from our viewers, and probably throw one or two your way before we bring in the next presenter. And well, true to what I've just said, one of the first questions actually has to do with the fear. Is this a big reason that people need to fear? I'll just ask you to just keep that brief, because I know many people, you spoke about certain jobs that will soon become non-existent and having been taken over by AI. To then say, is there a real fear, or what can our viewers or people out there begin to look into new roles that can be created as a result of AI that people can then begin to reskill along the directions of?
Okay, thank you so much for those questions. And I think, yeah, we don't really need to fear about what is about to to happen. Adoption is already happening as we speak. But I think we can only fear, right, if we don't upskill ourselves. Because the adoption of artificial intelligence is the one that will allow us to be at least on an advantage side. So there's no really a point for us to fear as long as we upskill ourselves. And I think I've mentioned some jobs that are being created as well. We talk about prompt engineers. Specifically here in Zimbabwe, the sector that is actually improved or that is actually created a number of jobs is agriculture, especially precision farming. So we're seeing adoption of drone that can be able to map and etc. And it has actually created new jobs. We talk of drone operators, right? We talk of agri-tech entrepreneurs. These are all new roles that it has actually started opening up, especially for entry-level jobs, if I might put it in that way. Yeah.
Okay, thanks once again for that. And I noticed that most of the jobs that you've just given out also are tech-centered jobs. But I want you to just part on one hopeful note for every other Zimbabwean that's not tech-savvy. They should just leave, just to encourage the people out there to say, okay, despite the revolution that AI now brings, what can people still look forward to, and what piece of advice can you give them?
All right, so it's not all tech, right? There are other platforms at which users can as well go and learn, right? We're talking about now there's no need for a person to even code an application. There are now platforms that you can just go and be able to code. So in most cases, it doesn't really need you to be very tech-versed for you to gain these new skills. You just go and prompt, just learn how to prompt, and you can come up with something that is amazing in the artificial intelligence area.
Okay, thank you so much, Bilal, for that presentation and for responding to the few questions that we had. There are many more that are popping up now, but that's the only time that I could give you for this because we need to move on to our next speaker now. And coming up next is going to be Tabudzwa Muradzi, who is a Sales and Enterprise Solutions Business Executive, currently serving as a Sales Manager, Corporate at Dandem Tande Investments, a leading ICT solutions provider in Zimbabwe. He's recognized for his expertise in enterprise and consultative sales, particularly in the context of complex or large-scale business deals. With more than 15 years' experience in the telecoms industry, he has experience in conducting business with organizations both within and within the region, internationally as well. He is actively involved in promoting and supporting business networking and collaboration within the Zimbabwe's technology sector, as demonstrated by his participation as a panelist at industry events. Over to you, Tabudzwa, and you are going to be speaking on the topic AI driving business efficiency and sales.
Right. Ngaya ita unmute mic yake. No, you can't turn on the mic here. I'm not unmute up again. If he unmutes, so he's talking now.
technology within the business that has risen to an astronomous percentage of 270 just in over 4 years, if you look at it. And most of these companies, they're actually growing 10x, just riding on the benefits and the efficiencies that you get from AI. And I think if I can just take a snippet at one of the big companies that we are also talking about on a day-to-day basis, which is Starlink. If you look at it, it has more than 6 million customers that are being served across the globe. And if you just try and look at it as a Zimbabwean company, what does it take for you to serve, for argument, 1 million customers? You see that there is bottlenecks within our systems that we struggle. The moment a customer, the moment a corporate grows by 15 or 10,000 clients, they struggle to give customer service to that customer database. But if you then look at companies that are international, your Starlink, your Amazon, where Amazon has got more than 320 million, they're able to give good service, good quality, because they are riding on AI-driven automation processes. So that's where we need to go. So I can safely say there are companies that will never grow 10x unless they go the digital transformation route and adopt AI as part of their strategy. Now, looking at the AI revolution, transforming the core operations. So there are basically 3 pillars that you will be looking at. So the first one is talking about time reclamation, where we are saying with AI automation, we're able to eliminate mundane tasks, right? Freeing up to 30% of what our employees will be doing, and be able to give them time that they can actually use for critical thinking, for strategic thinking, and for creativity. So this one I usually joke around it when I then say there are instances where we recruit best students from universities, but only get to employ them just to do clerical work, like data capturing. And I believe there is a better use of such young talent within our organization, and we can only achieve that by being able to adopt AI so that it can help us to do the routine, mundane tasks that we find ourselves involved on a day-to-day basis within the organizations. Then the other pillar that I want to talk about is cost reduction, where we are saying here, using AI, we are able to be to predict and analyze areas where there are inefficiencies. And as a result, we'll be able to reduce operational costs by 25%, right? So that's a huge saving, especially if you look at the environments that we are currently operating in. So within every department of an organization, there's always a quick win if we are to introduce AI. There's always something that you can save in terms of time, in terms of costs, if you then just analyze your existing process flows. Then another example is Walmart, which is a very big retail chain within the States, where they implemented AI-driven supply chain optimization, and that reduced their lead time by 15%, which is very, very commendable. So basically, you are looking at your supply chain, you are looking at your suppliers, trying to give you product and delivering to you. And often within our environments and within our local context, there are situations where a business will actually delay to serve a client because their procurement process is not well organized. So you run out of your raw materials, you run out of your spare parts just because you don't have an automated supply chain within your environment. So AI is coming in there. I think Beloved touched a bit on it when he was mentioning some of the vendors that he's dealing with that are able to plug into your environment and be able to automate some of these internal value chain that we have. Moving swiftly, I would like to talk about what we call enhancing customer experience with intelligent automation. I'm sure some of us, whether we know or we don't know, but we actually interact with this on a day-to-day basis, especially on our social media platforms. So the first thing is there is what we call query resolution. So that's 80%. You can achieve 80% of all your customer queries by a mere fact of that you've just implemented an AI automated robot within your customer service center. And this gives you the ability to be able to have customer support on a 24/7 basis. So you don't have issues to do with staffing, issues to do with people taking shifts, graveyard shifts, and also making sure that those call center machines are manned on a day-to-day basis. That can also just be attended to by an AI managed robot. And the other pillar that I want to discuss there is the satisfaction boost, which is 20%, where we are saying by introducing AI within your customer service experience, your CX, you are able to achieve a 20% boost in terms of customer satisfaction. So that means customers are starting to feel happy and satisfied and making sure that and agreeing that their issues are also being attended to efficiently. Then last but not least is the handle time reduction, which is 15%. So you can basically achieve a 15% reduction in the time it takes to manage and handle customer queries. So if you look at all these three matrices, it means that you are able to leapfrog ahead of your competition by the fact that you have just introduced AI-powered either chatbots or machines or robots within your CX department. So this is something that organizations can also tap into. I know in Zimbabwe, we've got a local mobile operator that is also trying to go big in terms of using AI within their customer service experience. And that's something which is commendable. But I think the bigger picture would want to see that, rolling across the whole entire economy. The other point where I would want us to delve into is how we can fuel our sales growth using AI-powered lead generation. So I know in business, if you're in sales or business development, it's always about hitting targets, making sales, and sometimes even if a company is struggling, they quickly turn their heads towards sales, and the pressure might be too much for the sales team and for the sales department. But there is AI that can come in and become like your Superman, just to help you out and smoothen things. So the first point there is precision targeting, where we are saying we are able to identify high potential leads with demonstrated 3x higher conversion rates. So instead of us trying to jostle around the market, if we include AI in our market intelligence, I know Beloved touched a bit on this, he's got an AI tool that is able to do that. We are able to know which potential leads you can actually move and attack, and therefore achieving higher conversion rates. Then the second one is accelerated qualification, where you've got your sales team, they've brought their sales pipeline, but in terms of qualification, they are not up to scratch. You've got a huge pipeline, but they just don't seem to be, good leads that are in that pipeline. So if you then introduce AI within your CRM, you're able to actually get a better qualification of your leads, and you're able to focus on the most promising opportunities. So this will also make the burden lighter for you as a business, for you as a leader, and also lastly for you as a sales person who's engaging the market. Then last but not least is a good example, proven results, where IBM used AI-powered sales platform to increase their lead conversion by 30%. So they then just had an example where they measured what they were doing before they introduced AI, and then took results of what then happened when they introduced AI. And you can see that there's that immense increase in the lead conversion of 30%, which is quite commendable. Now, if you then just put that into practice within your local